Georgia, Michigan, national semifinal. Bulldogs, a 7.5-point pick by Vegas right now at the Orange Bowl in the second national semifinal and the anticipated better of the two games. Welcome to the Voice of College Football. We break it down each and every day with you. Best discussion, debate, and analysis, not because of me, but because of you and your contribution, your participation right here at the Voice of College Football. And you have many opportunities to participate here on New Year's Eve, national semifinal day. Before the Alabama-Cincinnati game, we go live. We go live between games if there is space between the games, and there typically is 30 to 45 minutes. And certainly post-game, you got to be here, and we will take all of your calls, your comments, your questions about Bama, Cincinnati, and Georgia, Michigan. Let's get right to it. And our analysis. We have provided hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and video upon video of analysis. So check them out. Get yourself prepped. I can't cover everything here, but we have laid it out from every angle. Let me hit the hot spots in breaking down Georgia, Michigan. There is a talent gap. Yes, it's reasonable. It's decided. It's not substantial. It's not enormous, but it is decided. Georgia's arguably the most talented team in college football. Michigan's in the top 10 to 15. History has shown us through 7 years of college football playoff that the more talented team has won. If you believe in the team talent rankings on 247 Sports, and I do, not for every individual player, but in volume. When there is a decided talent gap, the more talented team has won every playoff game. When it's close, then it's up to development and coaching strategy and moves on the field. All right. Let's get to when Georgia's got the football. It starts with Stetson Bennett. Yes, they are going to rely on the running game, but they need Stetson Bennett to make plays. He's going to throw the ball 25 times in a perfect world for Georgia. They cannot have him throw the ball 45 or 50 times. That will mean that they are behind, and they don't want that against Michigan, just like Michigan does not want that against Georgia. But Michigan probably more capable of coming back on Georgia than Georgia against Michigan, aside from turnovers. Stetson Bennett can be a turnover machine at times, inopportune times, much like Adrian Martinez at Nebraska. The turnover rate is not substantial in volume. It's substantial in regards to game situation against good opponents. If you compare Cade McNamara and Stetson Bennett, they're pretty much the same quarterback. Stetson Bennett's a little bit more talented running the football. Michigan's going to have to account for Stetson Bennett running the ball, breaking contain, breaking the pocket, and burning them, picking up third down conversions with his feet. He's not Michael Vick or Vince Young. No. But he's better than most college quarterbacks on his feet. He's quick, he's elusive, he's fast. Stetson Bennett, unfortunately, makes mistakes, and he's done it repeatedly against good opponents, not just Alabama. When Florida was good in 2020, Stetson Bennett made mistakes. Stetson Bennett's made mistakes against good teams on a fairly regular basis. He's going to make the good throws. He's going to make some spectacular throws. He's not an elite passer. He's a 3-star walk-on, but he's better than that. There are 3-star quarterbacks who are among the top 20 in college football. If we looked at JT Daniels and Stetson Bennett through the results on the field and the performance on the field and not through 5-star and 3-star glasses, we might have a different perspective on their abilities. Stetson Bennett, Kirby Smart has made the decision that this is his team. We have, many of us thought, because of the Georgia dominance in the running game, and especially on defense, of course, that Stetson Bennett would be enough. Is he going to be enough against Michigan? We shall see. He's got to be Stetson Bennett minus the 2 to 4 mistakes that he makes most of the time. Cade McNamara has not made those mistakes, albeit he did throw a bad pick against Ohio State on the second possession when he did not read the safety. He made a understandable interception to close out the Michigan State loss, but it was really the Michigan State DB who baited him and made an exceptional play, breaking off of his assignment. Cade McNamara showed me against Michigan State that he can make elite throws in tight windows, NFL-type windows, and anticipate receivers getting open before they're open. He can do it. Was that an aberration? Probably not. Not if he did it 30 or 40 times. Has he had to do it most games? No. That was the one game that he had to do it, and he pulled through. Say what you will about Michigan State secondary and their pass defense not being good. It's better than what the statistics show, the traditional statistics. All right. We'll stay with when Georgia's got the football. Think Brock Bowers and think George Pickens. Bowers is a mismatch nightmare. 4-star, borderline 5-star, stepped onto campus because of Darnell Washington's injuries and the Eric Gilbert not staying with the football team. Bowers turned into the tight end sooner than expected. People didn't know about him. I heard about him and saw the tape and saw that he could be elite, and he became elite immediately. He's a mismatch nightmare. What is Michigan going to do? Is it going to be Josh Ross? Is it going to be Daxton Hill, who fortunately for the Wolverines will play? Or is it going to be a combination just depending on what defense they're lining up, and whomever's got him is going to have to take him? But Brock Bowers is not just a physical beast, but he's turned into a guy that understands coverages, understands how to play the guy on him, take advantage of his physical benefits and advantage, high point the football, and take it away from guys and position his body to make the catch. George Pickens is the best receiver Georgia's got. There are other 4 and 5 stars, but he is the best one. He has proven it in the past. He, of course, tore his ACL in the offseason. He's come back. He made one downfield play against Alabama that shows maybe George Pickens is back and ready to go. And now he's had 3 weeks to prepare his body physically, get game reps or get practice reps with Stetson Bennett to work on that chemistry between those two players, because Pickens has been the better player with JT Daniels in the lineup. Stetson Bennett's going to need him downfield a couple times to loosen up this defense. Georgia can run the ball against Michigan to a certain extent. I don't expect them to ram it down their throats, but they need to average at least 3.5 yards per carry. They cannot be stymied in the running game and rely on Stetson Bennett to throw it 45 times. Most important in this game, point number 1, Ohio State opted to let its left and right tackles play on islands against David Ajabo and against Aiden Hutchinson. Big mistake. Ohio State has elite receivers. They were making the plays. They could have kept in a tight end, Jeremy Ruckert, to help block. Chipping with a running back is not going to be enough. Georgia's got to make that evaluation. Kirby Smart should have been leaning on his offensive line coach immediately in preparation for Michigan to say, can our tackles play in space, play on an island, and block these two guys? If they can't, we're going to max protect. So this, regardless of what their game time decision is they got to have a plan B. My plan B would be max protect. That's going to be more important than having 5 and 6 receivers in a pattern. All right. When Michigan's got the football, commit to Hassan Haskins. Yes, Michigan's got to create creative plays, explosive plays to win this game, but they cannot lose their identity. I don't believe that they will lose their identity. They know who they are. One of the most impressive things in college football this season to me is that Michigan has maintained an old school tough man bully identity while upgrading the offense and implementing explosive plays, creative plays. So they know their identity, their core, their bread and butter, if you will, but they have spiced it up with creative plays on the outside. Blake Corum is a guy that could burn the Georgia defense possibly, and I'm not talking about 50-yard plays necessarily. I may be talking about a play in space where he makes a guy miss on 3rd and 8 to pick up a key first down. Blake Corum's got to do that not 20 times, 2 to 4 times, and maybe 2 of those 4 are explosive 25 to 50-yard plays, and the other 2 are what I just described. Hassan Haskins, the meat. Blake Corum, the dessert for Michigan. That's enough of the food analogies. Georgia's a better team. They win this matchup 65% of the time, but they are only playing one time, not 100 times. So Georgia wins 65-35. Michigan wins on New Year's Eve 27-24. Should be a barn burner. If you love the offense and the defense, this is a game for you. This is the type game I like to see. We're not going to see blown coverages, guys running loose in the secondary constantly, guys that are not committed to tackling, but we are going to see offensive football in spurts. And we're going to see the ground game. We're going to see all facets of football on both sides of the game. That's going to be impressive. That's going to be fun for me to watch as a traditionalist, a purist that doesn't want to see 7-3, but doesn't want to see 45-42. Offense, defense, it's all going to be on display. Michigan, Georgia, I just got a hutch or a hunch, one of the two. Michigan 27, Georgia 24. Check us out before the games, after the games. Leave your comments down below in the comment section, but call me up after the ball game on our big call-in show, wrap-up show as we do each and every Saturday night, but a special one, of course, for the college football playoffs. Right here at the Voice of College Football. See you next time.